to Ken. If you have anything, we're gonna go to Mitty.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a quasi-judicial item, so I need to swear anybody in who's here to speak on the item, including the applicant and any town staff. If you could stand if you're able and raise your right hands for me. Do you all swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes.
Thank you. I'll turn back to the Planning and Zoning Board for any ex parte disclosures. This would include any discussions with staff or the applicant or any site visits to the property, if you could disclose those now.
None.
I did. I spoke with the applicant over the phone as it referenced to the dust and contain in it.
Okay. Any others to be disclosed?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, thanks so much. So with that, we're going to have the applicant just come forward, or representative, or? Okay.
I'm the representative.
Thanks. And if you just state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Jim Frogner. I live in Stewart, Florida. I've been a planning and zoning consultant in Palm Beach County for 30 years.
Thank you so much. And for the record, we do have that for the record, and we do have your application before us, and this, of course, is a special exception application that you're submitting. So if you would, we'll just have you take the mic and/or representative, and just for the record, sort of explain to us what you're looking to do.
I'd like to introduce Nick Sago. He's the
okay.
company owner for Atlantic.
Okay, you were sworn as well.
Precast.
Yeah, my name is Nick Seago. I live in Melbourne, Florida.
Okay, thanks so much. You're both sworn.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. So at this time, if you'd like to just present to us, the reason for the application is?
So we're wanting to put up a cement silo for our production facility on Foster Road. Everything from that silo will be self-contained. It has OSHA regulated dust control, so there are dust retention systems within that silo. It's going to stand 34 feet or less in height, 8 feet across, and it'll have no moving parts except right at the base, which will be obstructed from view of the public by our 8-foot concrete wall, which will surround the property.
Alrighty. Anything else?
That is it.
Okay.
It's a simple piece of machinery, so there's nothing dangerous on it, and it's a fully contained unit.
Okay. Now you stated there's moving parts. That this is hydraulic or electric?
So it's a screw mechanism,
Okay.
Which is mechanically driven by a motor,
Okay.
but nothing that will be of any danger to anybody.
And this is for mixing purposes?
Correct. So all that raw cement will be pumped inside the building into machinery that's contained within our building, and within that building the dust is controlled again. It goes into a closed system, so there's no dust spread into the environment. Within our own facility we don't have to wear PPE because there's nothing in there that can affect any of our lungs. So I have guys that have worked with me for 20 years, still functioning and breathing well and everything else. So it's a safe environment for us, which we're all comfortable living in. Our current facility is in a residential district, so right alongside our property we have a duplex, and to the north of our property we have more residential, and we've had no complaints from the city or the residents.
Okay. And again, for the record, the current operation is?
It's concrete manufacturing, so we make architectural precast, so any decorative columns, parking bumpers, ornate precast concrete.
Okay. And I'm going to defer to Councilwoman Webb in just a moment. She did state for the record that there was conversation regarding any potential outfall and dust and so forth. So you want to address that, and then I'll just defer the chair to her. I'm sorry, defer to her for a moment as well.
What did you say, Mayor? Can you repeat what you said, please?
Yes, there was some concern expressed, and of course that would have come up in conversation anyway as it relates to the potential of dust.
Correct, and we did, Miss Webb and I did have a conversation yesterday, and I pretty much said exactly what I said today. We have the dust is fully controlled within that system.
Okay. Alrighty. Exactly how? Is there some type of vacuum system or?
So there's a filtration system on the top of the unit which extracts outside air into the unit, and then it's gravity fed. So there's no the containment unit is not pressurized, so there's no way for that dust to go into the air.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gravity fed and then fed into the building.
Okay, so any reclaimed dust is sent where? What happens with that? The captured dust?
Yeah, I mean, there is a filtration system, so
Okay.
that there is no dust. No dust will hit the environment from that unit.
Mhm. Okay, just a filter that is changed
It's
from
a
time to
full
time, or-
mechanical system, so it's multiple filters, and then an air, brings air in from the outside,
Mhm.
and then blows it inside the container. So it extracts air from outside to inside, not the other direction.
Okay, alrighty. So let's see if there's some other questions or comments from council, and before we go to staff. Any other questions or comments?
No, I have no more questions or concerns.
Go ahead. Let him give it okay.
Councilwoman Davis?
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, and thanks for coming. I have a lot of concerns due to the fact that it will be across from a daycare.
Yep.
Do you have another business location? I really would like to see the business running, because I'm trying to wrap around in my mind all the dust stand inside the building.
Absolutely. So we're down in Oakland Park. We're
You where?
In Oakland Park, which is
Oakland, Fort
15 minutes
Lauderdale.
north of Fort Lauderdale.
Uh-huh.
We've been on the same piece of property for 70 years. So obviously there's a certain amount of dust accumulation just from being 70 years in the same spot. But as I said, I have a gentleman, our production manager, has been with us since he was 20 years old, and he's close to 60 now, and he breathes fine. He's a big, strong guy, but he works in the environment daily, so there's not plumes of dust flying around. The street looks like any other street, so we're not creating a lot of dirt around the area.
I'm just trying to get a full understanding, because I'm trying to vision it.
Yeah.
And I can't vision all the dust staying in one building and not going out, and you guys aren't breathing any of it. I'm just trying to understand.
So within the system, cement as a raw material is quite heavy.
Right.
So if you grabbed a handful of cement, powdered cement, and threw it into the air, it pretty much drops to the ground. It's quite a dense material. So it's not like a fine dust like flour.
Right.
It's significantly heavier than that, and everything goes into a closed mixing unit that's then saturated to create raw concrete. So we mix sand and stone. So all of that material is wet down, the machine closes completely, so there's not dust coming out of that machine. As I said, there's dust control mechanism on the silo. So all of that dust is contained by the machinery, and then within that closed unit where the concrete is mixed.
Do you have any type of recording? Like, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I could send you something of our daily operation.
Right, to see
It's-
the dust contained, because
Yeah.
I'm so concerned about the babies, because they're not as strong as that man that's been working with you
Yeah.
for 20 years.
I'm sure that
Their little lungs
whatever
is not
car fumes are
fully developed.
created by Australian going back and forth are significantly more carcinogenic than anything we could produce in a year compared to what that would produce in a day, quite frankly. So
So if you'll be able to send Mr. Metcalf some type of recording, I'd like to see it function.
yeah, and I could send you
'Cause it's-
some information on the dust control system within that unit. So what we're not is, if you drive past the C-Max, which is a giant ready-mix plant, right?
Know about
It's a
C-Max.
massive plant, there's dust everywhere, there's
Right.
giant trucks in and out. We are not that. Right now we have 20 employees. We have 1 delivery a day, maybe 2 deliveries a day, and we just don't create a lot of dust.
Oh,
The biggest thing we produce right now, two grown men could pick it up. So we're not a giant manufacturing plant. So it is an industrial business, but it's not a mass industrial business. So everything's really small. We're rebuilding some of the facade for Lynn University, which is all the really ornate, sort of looks like carved stone, but some of these pieces are this big. So we do a lot of really small, delicate stuff. So we're not a major producer of material where we're creating this huge industrial amount of dust.
thank you for your
I have a question for you, Councilman. If I could.
Yes, please. Let me
The
put,
daycare.
yes, it's right across the street.
Okay, this falls within this 40
I think the daycare should be right across the street from you guys. Yeah, be right directly across the street, yes.
So we will be 200 feet from that. Any of these potential dust-causing machines will be 200 feet away from that school. So even airborne dust is going to get to them far sooner than anything that we're producing.
Okay.
In addition to that, being more than 200 feet from the actual daycare itself, both silos are in the rear of the building, so the daycare won't see them, much less, you heard that there's no dust, as far as I know, no noise, because it goes into the building. The other thing, I sent a letter to everyone in the surrounding neighborhood, knocked on doors. I was there at 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning. I didn't get any letters back. I don't believe the town got any responses to the mail out. Is that correct?
I would have to defer to the town clerk, I don't
We
know.
haven't received any notification from the mailer.
I was there too early in the morning. The daycare wasn't open, so I didn't speak with them. But other than that, I did contact all the neighborhood residences. I either left a letter on the door or I talked to just two people. No negative responses.
Yeah, that's just my main concern is that daycare.
Mhm.
Everything else is okay.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, sawdust is a greater carcinogen than cement, and there's sawmills on either side of that daycare. So we're going to be like little bunnies in comparison.
Okay, thank you.
Other council comments or questions?
Well, you kind of answered my question. Thank you all for presenting your information to us. The location on the property where the silo is not there now, right?
No.
No.
And you're going to construct one, you say, it's close to the track?
Yes. It'll be on the south side of the property.
Okay, understood.
I'll show you. Okay, here's the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
The daycare is here.
Right. Mhm.
The two silos are in the back of the building.
Okay, and that's the size of them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's rather small.
Well, we're here because the town code states that silos require a special exception. It doesn't give any height dimension.
Mhm.
It gives no restrictions whatsoever on the size, type, color, anything like that. It simply says silos subject to special exception. So when you're looking at the silo itself and the mechanical and the dust control system, picture yourself in the kitchen next week making Christmas cookies. You roll everything together inside the silo, then you put it in your cookie pan. You might get a little bit of flour on your fingers, but that's inside our building. So it's a relatively smooth and quiet process.
That's a good analogy.
Okay. Ready?
Go
Go to
ahead.
McConnell, then we'll
Yeah.
come back to you.
One question. When you have the concrete delivered, how do you control the transfer from the truck to your silo?
So with those units, obviously the truck is a closed, essentially it's a silo on its side. So it's a closed system. It goes into a rubber hose, again, staying inside that closed system. It has an adapter to the silo, and that machine pushes the dust
Pumps it in.
into the silo. So again, there's no manual movement of that out into the atmosphere. It's all going to be within a closed system, which is the only reason that they have the dust control mechanism at the top of the silo for filling that unit. And for the size silo we'll use, we may fill it once every 3 months.
Cause that's the only thing I could see where there
Yep,
would be
it's-
any dust.
It's fully
Is when
closed.
you're offloading and putting it in the silo.
Yeah, so it goes from there, from the truck, which is sealed, through a sealed hose into the sealed silo. So it's all fully contained. Because anything that falls out of that system is lost revenue from either ourselves or our supplier. So everybody pays close attention to keeping all of that in our system.
Yeah, because concrete dust is dangerous.
Yes, very.
Dangerous. Because I work in construction, and you know, there's all types of concrete cutting going on. And
Yeah, I mean, we don't cut on our property either, but as I said, we don't have to wear any PPE inside our own facility, and that's from beginning to end within that system.
I provided a number of pictures with our submittal that show some of the molds and the size of the concrete that they create, as well as the outdoor storage area, which is simply bricks on a pallet waiting for delivery. So I was hopeful some of you saw those pictures, because that really explains what ACP does.
And then all of this is fully OSHA certified is the other thing, the dust collection system. So I'm happy to provide you safety, all the safety information from that system provider, if anyone wants to see it.
Okay.
Other questions or comments?
Yes, what about hurricanes? Is that silos like hurricane proof?
Yep. So everything will be obviously reviewed by county, city, state reviewers prior to installation. So we'll meet every hurricane code required by the state of Florida.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Other questions or comments? Okay. Alrighty, I was going to ask that, and you did state earlier that is OSHA
Approved,
has
yes.
approved of the standards. Now you have a document you stated that
Yes, I
shows
can
that
get-
it is indeed.
I can send that over to
Okay.
whoever needs to see it.
Alrighty. And also, and this is probably going to be rhetorical based upon the conversation, so you don't produce any cement there, it's delivered to you.
Correct.
Okay. Now, is any additional buffering going to be added? I know you talked about an 8-foot wall, but if we're talking a 34-foot silo, what was it? 24? 34? 34 feet?
Yep.
That extends above the 8-foot wall.
Correct.
Is there any other, like vegetative buffering or anything else you're going to do? as
There will
well?
be a landscape buffer
Okay.
that's required by code.
Okay.
Actually, last year, this project came through, and they received a variance for reduction in the landscape buffer.
Mhm.
This time around, we've increased the green space, but we still requested a variance for a slight reduction in the landscape buffer, because we're erecting an 8-foot concrete wall all the way around the property. So our landscaping would be outside the wall,
Mhm.
so it gives good visual impact.
Okay. Okay, so I'll see here on the site map. Alright. And there was one other question that I had. I'm going to see if there's anything else while I try and find that question. Anything else, any other questions or comments before we go to staff and
I
our
was just going to say,
consultant?
Mr. Mayor, we do have a representative from our planning staff here, Mr. Santiago, if anyone has any questions for him.
Okay. We'll see
And
if
he
there's
did
any-
give to you a staff report.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so we'll see if there's any other council comments or questions, then we're going to go to our consultant. If there's none at this time, then we'll have and we do have the staff report, so we're going to have Mrs. Santiago to come and express any issues or concerns.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members.
Good evening.
For the record, Santiago Cliffs, Town Planner. Before you is application SE 2025-02. As mentioned, the applicant is Atlantic Coast Precast. The applicant is requesting approval for the special exception of the 30-foot silo at the rear of the subject site. The subject site has a zoning designation of industrial, a future land use of industrial, and the total site area is 1.59 acres. On page 2 of the staff report, there is some background of the site. On the staff analysis, in the site plan that I see you guys have, there is an 18,000 square feet one-story building, approximately 7,900 square foot of outdoor storage. This is not part of this application. This application is only for the proposed silo that is a special exception under the zoning district industrial. On page 3, you're gonna have some data that the applicant provided. Under the special exception, there is 6 standards that the applicant must meet, and the Town Planning and Zoning Board must see if they meet them. The standard A, it states all structures shall be separated from adjacent and nearby uses by appropriate screening device. Based on the site plan submitted on March 20, 2025, the applicant is proposing a 30-foot silo at the rear of the property, surrounded by an 8-foot precast wall and a 5-foot greenbelt landscape buffer. The code requires 15 feet green landscape buffer. On standard B, on page 4, states except vehicular traffic is not generated in the residential street. On the staff analysis, based on the submitted traffic performance standards, the proposed use is identified as a warehouse and outdoor storage. It states that the proposed improvement will generate 5 daily trips, new daily trips, and a total of 35 daily trips. In the narrative, the applicant described manufacturing operation and outdoor storage, which staff would classify as a light manufacturing. Due to this inconsistency, the staff cannot determine whether the proposed use will generate excessive vehicular traffic. On standard C, it states a vehicular parking or traffic problem is not created. Under staff analysis is the same as the previous standard B, which due to the consistency of the use, staff cannot determine whether the proposed use will generate excessive vehicular traffic. On page 5 of the staff report, as standard D, it states appropriate drives, walks, and buffer are installed. As stated before, on the site plan dated 3/20/2025, the applicant is proposing an 8-foot precast concrete wall and a 5-foot greenbelt landscape buffer. The code requires 15 green landscape buffer. On standard E, it states the proposed use will make a substantial contribution to the neighborhood environment and will not infringe the rights of the property in the vicinity of the expected use. As discussed before, staff have not received no smoke, dust, or dirt will be visible from the production area. In addition, the applicant has not provided demonstrating compliance with the Wildfield Protection Ordinance. And also, as mentioned previously, the site to the west, there's 2 single-family homes. To the east, there's 1 residential development, and the site is located south of a school. On standard F, the proposed use does not endanger, restrict, or impair the public safety. Based on the staff analysis, it's the same as the previous standard. Staff have not received the no smoke, dust, or dirt will be visible for the production area. No documentation has been provided demonstrating compliance with the Wildfield Protection, and the site is located to the east, 2 single-family residential homes. To the west, 1 multifamily residential home, and is located south. For the final remarks, this subject is only for the special exception use of the silo. Any questions?
Okay. So if there's any questions or comments? I do have one. We'll go back to page 5E. In your report, you stated that you had not received confirmation. Was that as of today, or?
As of today, yes.
Okay. Already?
Confirmation of what?
No confirmation for dust or dirt will be visible from the production area. This is a code requirement.
And Mr. Mayor, if I could add a couple of additional comments. I think you've heard, and just so the council is clear and the applicant is clear, Santiago's staff report was prepared based on the written submittal. I think you've heard additional testimony here on the record tonight from the applicant about some of those things. So I just want to be clear that the staff report is based on the written submittal and also based on comments that were issued to the applicant on after your last submittal. So those are the reasons why he's saying that he requested information, it was not provided, but I think you've gotten some additional testimony tonight, and the applicant certainly has an opportunity tonight to give you more testimony if the council needs more. But I just want to reiterate what Santiago said. This is just a special exception use approval tonight, should there be an approval. Your code, as the applicant's consultant astutely pointed out, requires special exception approval for silos. This project, should there be a use approval and should there be, if there are variance applications to be processed by the town, we'll still go through the full site plan review process. So although you have site plans before you tonight, you are not tonight approving those site plans. You are only approving, should there be any approval, a silo. And I want to be clear, and I'd like to ask the applicant to clarify, because I heard 2 silos stated, but the application that we have is for 1 34-foot silo, so that is what's been advertised for tonight's hearing, and that is all that is before the Planning and Zoning Board tonight. 1 silo. 1 34-foot tall silo was what was written in the narrative that was provided to the town, which is dated October 28, 2025. So I just want to make sure that the record is clear that that's what's before the Planning and Zoning Board tonight. If there is an additional silo, that would need to come back before this body for separate approval. What's in the application tonight is, and what was advertised in the newspaper, is just for 1 silo. So, and then I'll reiterate, Santiago just went over, but the special exception criteria are also in the development application that the council has. So the applicant has provided responses to each of those criteria. You can certainly ask them additional questions tonight. As Santiago said, the applicant has the burden to meet each of those criteria to the satisfaction of the Planning and Zoning Board. So if there's anything you think that they haven't addressed in their written submittal, this is the hearing where you should ask them for additional information if you're unclear about how they're meeting certain criteria. Thank you for letting me add the additional comments.
Oh, certainly. I certainly appreciate it. And thanks for that clarification. I was going to ask for it because I'm seeing 2 here, but
Yes,
the conversation has been about 1 in the application as well. So an applicant understands that.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm sorry, you had something, Vice Mayor?
That was the question I was leading toward before. Where was this location? Because I see 2, I don't see a location of 1. But I do see there's 2 indications on the south side of the building. That's in the south side of the property, so I wasn't sure what that intention was. And the application is for 1, and this is showing 2, so I just a little confused myself.
So we will put 1 silo pretty much right square between the 2 pictured. So where you see that single silo is exactly where we will put it. Santiago, if you need any information, I've not heard about the dust collection. I could have sent you engineering specifics on that. You have my card from our last meeting. This is the first I'm hearing of the comments that you're addressing. Happy to provide any of that information to your exhaustion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And to our consultant, would the OSHA report satisfy the one concern that, as I was reading through it, that is the one concern that I saw on page 5?
Okay.
Would that satisfy the concern there? Because the OSHA report
Yes,
should
we
be.
will need confirmation. We also need the welfare protection ordinance that demonstrating compliance.
Okay.
And
Oh.
just if I may clarify, so those are also requirements that will be reviewed as part of the site plan process. And just so the council is clear and the applicant is clear, should there be an approval of the silo, you're not approving a silo to be installed that would generate dust, right? The town code has an ordinance that prohibits the dissemination of dust from any basically industrial operation. So they can provide the additional information that they've spoken about tonight, but even if that information says there will be no dust and in the future there is dust, your code would allow you to pursue a code enforcement action should there be dust. I'm not saying that will happen, but I just want to make sure the council understands that you have a code of ordinances that addresses dust, noise, other things that come from industrial activities that would be in effect should there be an issue in the future.
Now, may I ask, are we to expect additional plans that show 1 silo instead of 2? Because these all show 2 silos is what I'm seeing on the plans.
Would you like me to address, Mr. Mayor?
Go right ahead.
Okay, so the plans that you have are the backup to the special exception use. That's correct. If there is to be an approval of a silo tonight, the site plan that comes for site plan review would show the 1 silo that's approved by special exception. So yes, all plans would have to be revised that come back to you for supplemental approval as part of the respective development applications.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Right, and just for my comfort, now the OSHA report again, just going back to that for one last time on my part, has declared that if this is erected, then that will present no environmental hazards or anything.
No, sir.
Okay, so it does, so in detail, it does state that.
Yes.
Okay, great, okay. Alrighty, any other questions or comments?
I have a question for the applicant.
Councilwoman Webb?
Is there a silo at your present location?
No.
Was there one ever
Santiago, can
required?
you have him come to the microphone? I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt, I just want to make
Yeah.
sure he's, so you can.
There's not currently a silo.
You mean on this present location or another location?
Our current location does not have a silo.
Right, is that your question
Yeah.
on this location?
No, there's none here. I mean, they didn't start building
Right.
any in Mangonia Park, where they're operating now, I think down
In
south somewhere.
Oakland Park.
Oakland Park, so they're now
Correct.
located in Oakland Park.
So you do have silo location?
We do not have a silo at our Oakland Park
Oh.
facility.
Okay.
Would it be
Okay.
okay, say for example, you do get approval for a special exception, would you be open to a visit at your Oakland Park
Absolutely.
facility?
That's where I wanna go.
If you can fight the traffic. It's not very nice in
Oh.
Broward County.
It's about an hour and 20
it's okay.
at 5 o'clock.
Okay, the two of us do all the time. But let me just make sure I understand, now, is this tied to an approval, or you just want to go down and see it?
I just wanted to see what it was.
Okay,
like.
Yeah,
okay, just want to
me
be clear
too.
for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
7:30
I'll
till 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Alrighty. Okay,
I'd
yeah.
like to see it also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we
let's
could
plan a
probably
trip.
just
L-
tie it to
okay,
it.
so let me just make sure.
Yeah, I'll
That's
like
not,
to tie to it.
right, the two of you actually going down to see it is not tied to the action we're taking tonight? Or
No.
or is that your position?
Well, I like to see it before I make a decision.
Okay.
So
So
what I
there's
made.
not currently a silo, so
There's not a silo
You're
there.
not going to see that working mechanism, right?
Right,
So
I'm okay with that. I
Okay.
just wanna see the, how.
Operation.
Operation functions,
okay.
yes.
Okay. Let me, then I'm gonna go to the attorney. The current operation that exists here in town, you can see that. The one that exists in Oakland Park, you can see that as well, but you won't see a silo. So
Correct.
you're not gonna know how it operates because there isn't one at either site. So, but let me go to the attorney as it relates to this,
Yeah, so as I said before, the application before you tonight is for the silo.
Mm.
If the council is interested in additional operational details that would be approved as part of the site plan process, I'm sure the applicant would hear you request that they provide pictures of their existing site, a narrative about how the site operates. You could do it that way in lieu of going to the actual site. That way you could see what's actually stored there and how they're operating. They could also explain to you, you've heard testimony tonight about how many trucks they have, and there's details that they could provide you in narrative form that would give you some comfort, and photographs may do the same thing. So just keep in mind this, should there be a use approval, this does come back to you for 2 more hearings where you can address those additional operational issues.
correct. And as the attorney has alluded to, keep in mind that our decision here is based upon whether or not we think whether we're going to approve a silo. So it's totally, that's the focus, the silo.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right, and for me, the comfort level would be that if indeed we're going to approve it, that'd be conditioned that they submit the OSHA report so that we will have that comfort level, right? That OSHA, the governmental entity that makes those decisions, who understands that this will be an environmental hazard or not, and they have a report stating that it isn't. And so as long as that report states that, and our consultant is saying that would satisfy one of those concerns anyway, on page 5. Okay, and then I'm comfortable.
And then as far as the Winfield concern, obviously there's a certain amount of engineering that goes into
Mhm.
creating the system that holds that silo up.
Mhm. Yeah.
For us, we've been trying to get this through for 2 years.
Mhm.
We're at the point where we cannot afford to spend another $3,000 on engineering prior to approval.
Mhm.
So hopefully everybody understands our position on that particular.
Oh, certainly. And you're going to have some dust when you're building it, so other than that, you're not going to have any dust.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so when it leaves the building, it's finished concrete, so it's as dusty as the parking stops in your parking lot out here.
No, I mean during the actual erection of it, you're going to have some
Oh,
dust at that point in
yeah,
time.
I mean,
that
there's
doesn't
a
matter.
certain amount of construction
Went
dust,
over your
yes.
head, I know.
I
Okay.
had just a couple of pictures I'd like to show the commission
Of a silo?
of the actual,
Operation.
of what they do.
We can do that, but
We'll do it
I-
later.
I'm,
We'll do
if
it
the
later.
if the two council persons want to see it, but what we're focusing on here tonight is whether or not we're gonna approve a silo.
Yep.
And if the two want to see it,
I wanna see, make sure
okay,
there's no dust.
sure. So you can approach, okay?
I like to see
Feel
it.
free. You
and
can
make
approach.
I would like to see it, because if dust is being contained inside without their silos, I would like to see that for myself. Mm. I have another question other than that. Okay.
So when the two are finished, we'll get to your question.
Okay. I still want to see it. I'll drive down the road. Okay.
I've actually seen the site. Mhm.
That's one of the products.
Thank you, I've seen this out.
Yeah, I've passed by
That's
many
okay.
times.
I don't need to see it.
And Mr. Mayor, if I could, just because he showed those photographs, could you email those to the town clerk?
I will.
After
I
the-
did
after the
send it
hearing.
Previously, but I will email.
That'd be great. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks so much. Are there any other questions or comments from council? Any other questions or
Yes,
comments?
I just.
Vice Mayor?
I'm just a little confused about where you have used the silo. You're not using it in Oakland Park, you're not using one there, you want to create one here. Where is your experience of having a silo? That's what I'm kinda confused about.
So silos are commonplace in the concrete industry. 99.9% of concrete industry, concrete plants have silos. Our business is 70 years old. 70 years ago, silos weren't as commonplace, and they are now. We're in a residential district. Just by sheer, we've been here for longer than everybody. So they don't want us to put up a silo on the property. It's more efficient. It contains more dust. It isolates the dust from the environment. So right now we use bag goods, which again, you're not seeing our employees covered in dust when we put these bags into the concrete mixer, but a significantly more contained system to put it in the silo. So there's less environmental impact, there's less impact to any of our employees, which is minimal even the way we're doing it now, but the silo is definitely more efficient. And from a production standpoint, it's also a more efficient system.
I think this may be a pertinent question, and probably rhetorical as well. Silos are for what? Just holding things, right?
Correct.
It's not for producing things.
Correct.
Okay.
It's just a giant container.
To hold the
A
cement.
storage,
Yep.
like a storage
Mhm.
facility
Correct.
for the products.
Like a
Correct.
pyramid, used to hold grain and.
Yeah, it's just like a Tupperware container you have on your shelf, except in a cylinder.
Okay.
Okay, that's
All
what I
right.
thought silos were, and I was just confused with the discussion of production of dust, because I didn't know that there would be products being assembled or.
There is no dust
in
from the silo.
Yeah, the silo is
So
just a storage
it's
facility for
correct.
concrete products.
Mhm.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought, okay, thank you.
Most certainly. And I may have thrown you a bit because I asked the question, I want to make sure that they're not actually producing cement on site and storing, but that's being delivered off site, so, okay.
Okay, so
All righty. Any other questions or comments?
that makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay, McConnell?
Is it for better production for you?
It's more efficient, and it keeps the dust contained in a closed system. So it just creates less dust. Then right now we're using bag goods. So we get a 90-pound bag, we cut it open, we dump it into the machinery.
So would you say it's a better system than your other plant that you don't
Correct.
have a silo?
Yeah, I mean this is definitely updated. It's a more efficient system, there's less environmental impact, which is minimal now, but there is less environmental impact because, you know, if you get a 60 mile an hour wind come across our yard, obviously it's going to kick up dust, whereas, you know, we can have a fully concrete or asphalt surface, and then we'll have a contained system, so the wind can blow and everything will stay within the building, it'll stay within the silo where it belongs.
Ready? Just another quick question. How many runs do you have per week on average? Cement trucks coming and going?
So we don't have cement trucks per se, it's more
Or delivery
deliveries.
trucks.
So we'll have, and we don't, so the thing about concrete is it's heavy. So we have you can't put a 53-foot truck full of finished concrete. It is too heavy for what's acceptable on the roads. So we use shorter trucks, and we have maybe one delivery a day.
One a day?
And then
and how many would you have if you had a silo?
The same.
One a day?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we will never be a mass production plant.
Okay.
We would be out in Okeechobee if we wanted to be a giant industrial producer. We're a small architectural company.
Okay. Alrighty. Any other questions or comments? Any new questions or information needed? Okay. If not, we'll see if administration has something. We'll go to the floor. Nothing? Alrighty, so we'll open the floor, see if there's any public comment as it relates to the SE. Before us, a special exception. I'm sorry, speaking acronyms. This, of course, is a SE 2025-02. Floor is open to any public comment. Seeing that there's no comment from the floor, we'll close the floor to comment to public comment. We're back now with the DS. See if there's any additional questions or comments or any additional clarification you need as it relates to the proposal.
We're not voting on this tonight because
Yes.
everything is not in place as far as the ordinances and the safety.
Yes, we're voting. It is an action item for a vote tonight.
How are we gonna vote? We don't have all the safety in place.
Now, one of the
Sure, you don't have anything.
Okay. Now, one of the things, of course, and they did state that they have the OSHA report. That gives a comfort level to our consultant. It gives me great comfort as well, knowing that OSHA, who set the standards for safety, environmental safeties and such, has declared that there won't be an environmental hazard. So what can happen, if indeed we're going to approve it, we can approve it. We can approve it upon the condition that they do submit that report, and so that we have it in our hands, and so you can make it subject to. Okay. Other questions or comments?
No, I'm ready to vote.
Okay. All right. With that, if there's no additional comments or questions, we do have before us a special exception 2025-02. And this is, of course, a request to special exception to allow 30-foot storage silo at the site stated on the agenda. Seeing that there's no additional questions or comments, motion at this time.
Mr. Mayor, so move that we approve SC 2025-02 with the attachment of the OSHA report.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
A second.
Has been properly moved and seconded. Are there any questions on the motion?
And the condition, just so the record is clear, is that the applicant provide a copy of the OSHA approval for the silo, is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions on the motion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Buchanan Webb?
Yes.
Councilmember Davis Quince?
No,
I didn't hear.
no,
No.
no.
Okay.
I don't have
Councilmember
everything I
McConnell?
need.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
And Mayor Alberry?
Yes.
It passes 4-1.
Thank you so much. And just as an aside, while we probably could not require it, one of the things I've seen, and we were in Vancouver, I think it was, and they have silos and they put artwork on it. Since you're next to a daycare, perhaps maybe some figure so that it's just not this big thing sticking up in the air.
Whatever you would like.
No. That would be up to you. It's just a suggestion that to make it kind of aesthetically pleasing.
You won't be able to see it from the daycare because it's on the south side.
But it's a 360.
It's going to be shielded behind the building.
It's going to extend beyond the.
It's going to be below the finished height of the building.
Because
The
it's
building.
This is 34 feet. The silo.
There will be antennas and a guardrail. on the top of the unit, so the width of the silo doesn't extend above the building.
Okay.
But, that being
Okay.
said, we will.
Well, maybe your staff would enjoy it.
We will make it as pretty as
Decorative.
possible.
And that's up to you, yeah. Okay,
you-
some nice character or something like that, so.
Okay.
Alrighty, so with that, we really appreciate it. Thanks so much for all of the questions answered. We look forward to working with you. And so you'll be speaking with Ken, just to make sure that we get the information that was requested, and we'll
Put
get that on to you as
SpongeBob
well.
on.
Okay. Alrighty, thanks so much, we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Well, certainly have a great
Sorry.
evening,
Thank you.
okay?
So the
So with,
question for Ken.
on this?
Yes, the plan for building, the construction of the building, that is gonna have to come with another
Yes,
document.
yes.
That's
'Cause
a
it's not-
separate-
That hasn't been done.
No.
Separate submittal.
Okay, this was
Yes.
just to give you an idea where the silo would be contained behind the building, which is the south side of the building. So it's really not gonna be visible by the street or anything that's regular traffic, only by the trains. Okay, thank
If
you.
it was there now, you could actually see it. Yes, okay, right. Okay, well, thanks, we really appreciate it. So, thanks so much, have a great evening. So with that, saying that was the only business before us for the P and Z Planning and Zoning Board, is there a motion for adjournment?
I so move that we adjourn the planning and zoning board.
Is there a second?
I so moved.
Has been properly moved in second, all in favor, aye? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, it is carried. Thanks so much, it's just, we're gonna take just a 5-minute break, and then we'll get right into on regular, business.
Seven times. But there's, oh,
There is,
there's no consent.
so let's just say, no, hear me out.
Let me ask you a question.
There's a daycare club.
The information that's missing from this OSHA report would satisfy all of your levels, that's what I didn't get clear out on.
Dr. Smith?
Simon Tobacco. All is well?
All is well.
Good. Just got back from Atlanta, wanna go back. I went to hospital.
It's always hot.
Nice though. I'm glad to time.
I hope they keep their word. Just me talking. I hope they keep their word. When it does come out. I'm not whispering.
Okay, 'cause
I'm
basically-
not
Did you
dump your stops? Did you catch up your stops?
This other goes, I'm just saying, that OSHA report meets the requirement but that would be on 5 areas that they want to.
Because kids, if it wasn't daycare, I said, moms of daycare, because those kids long.
See? When you don't, you understand your side.
Okay, I need to probably talk with you separately, because we're talking over, because I'm not getting my answer clear.
Right, I hear what you're saying, we hope that we do something.
Right now,
The silo would be more.
Bring me and take it out. First time, you guys get those. At least I want. Okay, no. Because it's hard now.
It happens to me sometimes.
Have a good night. Tell Lance thanks for the donuts again.
that many trucks coming, because you have nowhere to store it. Now you got a 30-some foot store, that's why I asked the question, now what's going on?
If that daycare wasn't there, daycare, I don't want that on my heart, which is one by her bed. Breathing that's.
There's gonna be a 2-story building that's gonna be.
This would be taller than the silo.
It's gonna be taller than the silo,
My concern is, see, I know people that
Minnie, that preschool accommodation, I missed the deadline to do the 10 days, so I'll catch it on the 16th. With this one.
Because we gotta have it by January 1.
Sorry, 10 o'clock.
Okay, we're ready now.
For me, it's sort of like if you got somebody's riding down the car behind them.
The light is
it's always
really-
smoking
I'm
cigarettes
already-
Because they don't have a muffler.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
You
we
gotta,
say,
you
gotta
don't know if
get
it's a
mufflers.
strikeout
Yeah,
or
you also contain, right, I get what you're saying.
Now you got it.
But you hope it's contained, it's a hope. Cause he's never used one, so he don't even know.
hope is
That's my hope.
built on
Hope.
nothing
Like you
else.
said, you know, so you don't even know what
Jesus
it
blood
is. And you won't know until
We're
you
ready.
get it. Okay, started. All right,
Christ the Son,
so that's how I looked at it,
like I
like,
said.
wait a minute, you don't even have one. I said, you don't know what you're talking about this. If you didn't see me yesterday, I don't care who you are. It's just very, anyway, I'm done. That's why I'm like, cement, no dust,
So you
I mean, it sound
got a lot of
right.
energy in that, so what do you do?
I was born with energy.
So now you can do the education.
Hey, whatever you want me to do, I can do it. But I'm just saying, that's my thing right there. I've been in places like cut, like stuff
Well, you
like
go
one of
through
my
that
recent,
so often.
man, it was so much stuff, it's different. They cut the,
We do.
what's that, not for mackerel, it's cut the tables. Mark, that's it.
Good evening. We're going to get started in just a moment. We're going to ask if you would, just before we start the meeting, okay, just before we start the meeting, if you can, if you have your cell phones with you, and I failed to do it in the last meeting, if you could just put those on vibrate, we would appreciate it. We'll give you a moment to do that, and then we'll get started.
6:30. An hour and
Thank you so much. So this time we're going to call the Town of Magonia Park Council meeting of December 2nd, 2020-25 into session. Roll call, please.
Mayor Alberry.
Here.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
I'm here.
Councilmember Buchanan Webb.
Here.
Councilmember Davis Quinn.
Here.
And Councilmember McConnell.
Thank you so much, and we do have a full quorum. So at this time, let us stand for our invocation, please.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for bringing us together, Lord God, as one. Help us, God, to make the right decisions every time we get on this desk for the community, for the public, for the people. It's not about us. Thank you, Jesus, for that. Thank you for answering all of our prayers. Amen.
Amen. A pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. You may be seated. So at this time, we're going to attend to our agenda. Are there any additions, deletions, or substitutions to the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, respectfully, if we could delete item 7E, that is a request for authorization for the purchase of a new truck in accordance with fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. If we could delete that, and I'll give an explanation under my administration report later on.
Okay. Thank you so much. Are there any other items to be considered for adding or deleting?
No, sir.
Hearing none, motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Has been moved. Is there a
Aye.
second? Has been seconded. All in favor, aye.
Second.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. It is carried. And for those who are with us, and if there's anyone online, any item on the agenda that's annotated with an asterisk is being considered for our consent agenda. For tonight, we have item 7A. This is bills and vouchers in the amount from our general fund from April through September 2025. We also have item 7B, bills and vouchers, Parks and Rec, April through September of this year. And item 7C, bills and vouchers, utility departments and accounts from April through December 2025. Those are the items to be considered. Or are there any other items to be considered for the consent agenda? Or to be removed from the consent agenda?
No, sir.
Hearing none, motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
It has been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Has been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. It is carried. Thank you so much. Our next item, of course, is our item 5, and this is our Palm Beach County League of Cities. And we're going to go to our attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a reminder that the barbecue, the holiday networking barbecue, or the Tri-City Barbecue, is on December 12th at noon. It's out at the Lomax Herald Pavilion in the city of Belglade. That address is 5000 West Canal Street North in Belglade. This one you do need to RSVP. It is very well attended, so get that RSVP to Manager Metcalf if you plan to attend. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much. Any questions for our attorney? If not, we'll move on to our agenda. Our next item is item 6. And this item 6A is our ordinance, is an ordinance 2025-04. This, of course, is first reading, granting to Florida Public Utilities Company a non-exclusive franchise for a period of 30 years to sell. Mitty?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I need to read this one by title. As you said, it's ordinance number 2025-04, and it's an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Mangonia Park, Florida, granting to Florida Public Utility Company, its successors and assigns a non-exclusive franchise for a period of 30 years to sell, distribute, transport, and transmit natural, manufactured, or mixed gas in the town of Mangonia Park, Florida, making findings, prescribing the terms and conditions under which said franchise may be exercised, providing severability, providing an effective date upon final passage, and repealing prior ordinance. This is pretty typical in the way of your franchise ordinances. Your current franchise agreement expired, so this is renewing essentially for the next 30-year period. The same franchise fee amount applies to 6%. And with that, I can answer any questions, but this is very standard. You do this, it's been quite some time since you did it, but you have one currently on the books that expired I think a couple of years ago at this point, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay.
And Mr. Mayor, we do have a representative, our local representative from the company, if you have any
Certainly.
questions for him.
Well, absolutely. In fact, we'll just have him come forward. He may have a couple of words he wants to share with us as he's coming. Mitty, there's no substantive changes or anything?
No, and one thing I failed to mention that I should mention is this is a non-exclusive arrangement, so utility providers don't provide in all areas, right? So, but in the event that there is another natural gas provider to come in, the current infrastructure is what it is in town now. So it is non-exclusive, meaning somebody else could come in if there was a desire in the future. That's the same as it was in your current, which is now expired, but the current agreement, it's the same, essentially the same setup. This is a updated language, so there are a few more provisions, but it's all been reviewed for legal sufficiency. It's pretty standard industry language.
Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And please feel free to state your name and address for the record.
Hi, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Town Council. My name is Ari Monzon. I live in Westwood Lakes, Florida, in Miami-Dade County. I am the Regional Engagement Manager for FPU, which is Florida Public Utility Company. I represent from Port St. Lucie down in Miami-Dade County. I just wanted to introduce myself. I recently started in my role, so this is my first Town Council meeting of the Town of Mangonia Park, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Like was mentioned, this is pretty standard. We have this similar franchise agreement in any municipality that we operate, and it's some exceptions, but it's a pretty standard agreement, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll see if there's any questions or comments. Of course, we have the agreement before us, but if there's any questions or comments.
No, I appreciate having gas at my home, especially during the hurricanes when power goes out. I'm the popular house in town. On the street, everybody brings their pots to get cooked.
Yeah, several folks are always happy with the reliability of natural gas, especially when it comes to storm recovery, so I'm happy to hear that you're a fan.
Okay. Councilwoman Davis, you have a comment?
Smitty, she answered my question because I was wondering, with a 30-year contract, was any other public facility able to come in and get a contract also? So that's what my concern was, having a 30-year contract, because I said that's a long time.
It is, and like was mentioned, our agreement expired a while ago, but even a good example would be in City of Miami. This was like the first time I was looking into franchise agreements in this new role. There's plenty of utility companies that are there, not just us. So.
Okay. Right. Okay. And I think here, for the most part, FPU is probably, I think, one of two. I think they have TECO and a few others down south, but I think here is probably the only.
That was the other one.
the only thing in town, so.
Yep.
Okay, but again, as the attorney stated, it's not exclusive. Now, did you have any questions or anything as it relates to the agreement?
No, I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Alrighty. So, is there any other questions or comments as it relates to this? McConnell?
Is all the lines in Mangonia Park, are they all operable? I have a line that runs right in front of my house. They ran it to supply Palm Beach County. Since then, Palm Beach County, you know, their hospital and everything over there's gone. So I often wondered if that line was still.
I'm happy to share our gas main information. I had discussed that previously with some of the administration, but I wouldn't be able to tell you specifically that line unless I double check with my team, but it should.
I was just wondering because I have gas, I have bottled gas.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they put a line out down by my bottled glass when they put that in. But I never hooked up to it. I was just wondering if it was available.
I'm happy to look into that for you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Any other council comments or questions? Okay. Hearing none, and this is a straightforward agreement. So if there's no other questions or comments, motion please.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry.
My
Thank you.
apologies. Forgetting the public. So at this time, we're going to open the floor to public comment. If there's any public comment as it relates to the proposed ordinance, that being 2025-04. Any public comment, the floor is open. Okay. And just for the record, we pause for a little, for just a couple of seconds. For those who are online, there's a slight delay. In the event that they have a question, we just allow that time. Okay, seeing that there's no comments. Okay, at that point, we'll go ahead and we'll close the floor to public comment. We're back now at the dais to see if there's any other questions or comments. If not, motion please.
Mr. Mayor, so move that we approve ordinance 2025-04.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
I second it.
Has been properly moved and seconded. Are there any questions on the motion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Buchanan Webb.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember McConnell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
And Mayor Alberry.
Yes.
It passes unanimously.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for coming and introducing yourself. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, our next item is item 6B, and this is resolution number 2025-14, and this is evidencing our intent not to vacate and abandon our interest in a certain easement of the utilities line within the Mangonia Park, Mangonia Hills subdivision. Mitty?
Mr. Mayor, I'll read the resolution by title. It's Resolution 2025-14, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Mangonia Park, Florida, evidencing its intent to vacate and abandon its interest in a certain easement for utilities lying within the Mangonia Hills subdivision according to the amended plat of Mangonia Hills as recorded in Plat Book 27, page 110 of the Public Records of Palm Beach County, Florida, as more particularly described herein, providing for the recording of this resolution, providing an effective date, and for other purposes. I'm not sure if anybody from the applicant's team is here. While he's coming to the podium, I think he may be here to answer questions, but this was a privately initiated request from the owner of the property, the Feder property up on in the Hills section, and I'll just indicate to the council that so the request before you in the resolution is a request to abandon. There's a 10-foot utility easement that runs essentially through the middle of the platted lots. So that was originally platted a long time ago. There was an amended plat. I think it's from the 60s, but I think the original intent was there are individual platted lots that still remain. There was a 10-foot utility easement that ran square in the center of that block of platted lots. The easement has been abandoned to the west of the current request and also to the east. So there are no utilities. I confirmed with the town's engineer, Laurent Van Cott, and also the town's water and sewer engineer, David Sambaugh. There is no utility line there. I think it was just platted in case there was a development per the subdivided lots. So But again, the town council has abandoned it on both sides. It's actually under the existing building, which is very strange that there's still an easement in place. There's a building built over top of it. So there's no public purpose for the easement anymore, given particularly it's been abandoned on both sides of the current request. We got a little bit late. Hopefully it made it to your dais, but we got a sketch and legal description. That's Exhibit A of the resolution that shows you, and I can pass this down if you didn't get it, but it shows you the lots. Thank you, ma'am. We got that late yesterday, but it shows you the actual lots where the easement area is, and I'll defer to the applicant if he has any additional comment, but it's a pretty straightforward request.
Okay. Thank you so much, committee. So at this time, we'd just like for you to just introduce yourself, state your name and address for the record.
I'm Alan Fetter, 11380 Prosperity Farms Road, Suite 218, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
Okay. Right, and just for our benefit, what's currently there? Our attorney stated that there is a building on it.
Yes,
that
sir.
would be your building, or?
My father's.
Your father's building?
It's no longer around to see it, but yes.
Okay.
It's in a trust now.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, is it a home or
Commercial.
business
It's
commercial?
65,000 square feet,
Okay. Alrighty.
right down from your house.
Okay. I understand, but just for the record, if you can kind of
Yes,
stay for the record, so that would be the old
Lamp City,
Lamp City building?
or that would be.
CMAC building?
Yeah. We're east of that.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, unless we're gonna dig up the building and reclaim it, which is not gonna happen.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Right, so understanding, as stated, and by the attorney, she did give a description of it verbally, that there's a building on it, his building is on it. So if there was a right-of-way, there's no right-of-way there now, it's a building on it. So, any questions or comments from council?
We already discussed it.
Okay, and this was an applicant request?
Yes.
That be abandoned, okay. Alrighty, and we do have the resolution before us. So if there's no questions or comments from council, any additional information from staff or from an attorney?
No, sir, just a request for public comment on this one, just because it is action to abandon a publicly dedicated easement.
Okay. Alrighty. So at this time, we're going to go to the floor to see if there's any comment from the floor. The floor is now open for any public comment as it relates to resolution number 202-514, that being the abandonment of a right-of-way which currently has a large building on it. And we'll allow just a lag time, and then we'll come right back. Okay, hearing that there's no comment from the public, we'll close the floor to public comment. We're back to the desk to see if there's any questions or comments. Okay, hearing none, motion please.
Mr. Mayor, so move we approve resolution number 2025-14.
Motion has been made, is there a second?
Second.
Has been properly moved and seconded by Councilman McConnell. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Councilmember Buchanan Webb.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis Quince.
Yes.
Councilmember McConnell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
And Mayor Alberry.
Yes.
It passes unanimously, Alan.
Nice.
Well, thanks so
I
much.
appreciate that.
And
Thank
thank you
you.
for all
Mayor.
you do over there, we
God bless
appreciate
you.
it.
We appreciate you guys.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, while Mr. Fetter's there, and the attorney will note that I'm saying this after the vote. I just want to thank Mr. Federer for years, his
Years.
generosity for our book bags and also for
Christmas.
toys. Very generous. I can't think of anyone that's donated more. So,
And he never
we don't get
actually
him.
mentioned
We don't get him
that.
at the meetings very often, but just since he was here, I wanted to say that.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
God bless
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you so
We do
much.
appreciate it.
Merry Christmas,
Ron,
Happy New Year.
Magnolia Park's been very well to us, and we appreciate all you've done, or done and haven't done, for that
Yes,
matter.
and you've been great to us. Now, the only thing you haven't done, and one company, unnamed, I won't name it, let us drive with their Corvette, during the red Corvette during the Christmas.
That would have been Jeff.
Oh, and she made mention. But thanks for all you do, and we
Very
really
good.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much,
sir.
and have a great one.
Jeff Russell from House. Alan, thank you.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Okay. Alrighty, our next item is item 7D, and this is a consideration for approval letter of understanding between the town of Mangonia Park and Melvin Pinckney, former utility director, as a part-time utility consultant to provide assistance and oversight for drinking water compliance with the Palm Beach County Health Department here in town. Ken?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, this is simply put, Melvin Pinckney has gone back into retirement, and we desire to keep him on it in a consultant role. We have a lot of things going on with utilities. Melvin was our utility director from March through August and just did a bang-up job like we talked about before. We have so much going on, we just feel the need to keep him around and to continue to take advantage of his expertise. This agreement is for up to 10 hours per week at $42 per hour for 45 weeks, and it would expire the end of September of 2026. Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have, and of course Melvin is here as well.
Thank you so much. We're going to ask our former director would just come forward, and now possibly a consultant. See if there's any questions or comments for Mr. Pinckney.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners.
Right, and so while
good
they're
evening.
collecting their thoughts, I'll just give the floor to you, and if there's anything you want to say.
Well, I'm here to support, as Ms. Metcalf stated, I'm just here to support the new director. He jumped in running, but we all need a little help. So, I'm here to support him and Mr. Metcalf. I'm here to support the town. I greatly appreciated the opportunity that was given to me. So I want to let everyone know that I really appreciate it. That is one of the reasons why I stayed around, because the town was good to me, and I'd like to return that favor to the town.
We appreciate it. We certainly appreciate it. Okay. So we'll see if there's any comments or questions.
They've been good too.
Thank you for returning the favor.
Well, I'd just like to say I'm thankful for your expertise.
Yes, ma'am.
You brought it to Mangonia Park, and you're gonna keep it with us, even if it's on a part-time consulting basis. We
Yes.
appreciate that. For we need as much insight
Yes.
as possible, because this is a system that was, we inherited and it's old. And we appreciate your honesty about all the repairs that need to be done.
Yes.
And the more you can share with us, the better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Buddy, if there's any other comments or questions?
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
I echo the same sentiments, and with all that being said, I so approve Melvin Pinckney's former utility director part-time position. Oh, what?
No, you're making the motion. Go right ahead.
She moved right along. Moving right along.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start over. So I so move that we approve Melvin Pinckney's contract as a consultant for a $42 per hour rate.
And I second it.
You want to just stipulate, just for the record, the conditions, 10 hours, up to 10 hours a week?
Up to 10 hours a week.
Through
So
September
sorry.
2026.
To September 2026.
So noted. Is there a second to the motion?
I seconded already.
Has been properly moved and seconded. Any questions on the motion? Oh, no, I got some concerns. Working while retired, on and on.
I know, Mr. Mayor.
But thanks so much. I really appreciate the.
You're welcome.
We need the additional overlay for a period, and we appreciate.
Thank you.
Consenting to do it.
Thank you.
So with that, if there's no other questions or comments, has been moved and seconded. At this time, we're going to call the roll. Roll call, please. Okay, roll call, please.
Oh, my apologies. Councilmember Buchanan Webb.
Here, yes.
Councilmember Davis Quince.
Yes.
Councilmember McConnell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
And Mayor Alberry.
Yes.
It passes unanimously.
Okay, and thanks again. We appreciate it, Mr. Pinckney. Our next item is item 7F, and this is a request for approval to replace the main copy at Town Hall in the Administration Department. Okay.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, this is something, of course, we talked about during our one-on-ones. It's that time again, and it's been a few years. We're in need of a new copier for the main office here, and we want to stick with the company that we've been using at least for the past 6 years. And I'll let the clerk speak on it more. She's been making these arrangements, but we do make the recommendation that we go with TGI, and the total of this copier is just over 16,000. We had 20,000 budgeted. The length of the agreement is for, the initial agreement for service is for 2 years, and everything is guaranteed for that time, except for staples and paper.
Okay, thanks so much. Any questions or comments? Okay, council comments or questions?
I didn't hear.
Okay. So just while council is collecting their thoughts, now we did look at leasing versus purchase to see what was most beneficial.
It's an outright purchase.
Right.
The leasing never has benefited us
Okay.
based upon what we did, our contract with them. When you purchase, you're charged a much less rate, a lesser rate for the copies for color, black and white. Since we added Parks and Recreation, Youth Council, and the other programs, we're using a lot more color copy. But we've always purchased. We've never leased it. It's never worked out in our favor for leasing.
Okay.
And the service contract is equal to that of a lease when we purchase. I think it's going to be less than 16,000 though.
Maybe it was 15.6.
Or 13 something, and we had asked for
I added that in.
the equipment on the backside.
That was it.
But that's a separate printer. We're not going with that additional printer or copier. So I think it's gonna be under 14,000, I'm sorry.
Not problem.
Okay.
I asked him for a separate quote and he didn't, he put it all together.
Okay. So for clarification, the last page, proposed equipment solution, there's some additional information. Is that part of the purchase equipment, or is that what you're currently alluding to that we won't be using?
This is something we had him quote, but we're not going to go with this.
Okay, so
There's
the last
not a
page
need,
is
so
no one.
we can
Okay.
subtract this, so it's going to be under 14,000.
We added the second copier quote to separate Parks and Recreation completely, but the way they code it on your main copier, similar to what we have now, it's just never been coded for outside departments, only administration. It works, it's cheaper to get, for them to continue to use the copier that we currently have, or that we're interested in purchasing versus their own copier. Because this copier is a basic copier, and it's, as you can see, a little over $3,000, I think. Almost 3,000, not quite. So they currently use our copier for those departments outside of administration. It would be less when we calculated how much they're printing versus them getting their own copier.
Okay. Now, in the 2 years, that's just the manufacturer. That's the built-in amount of years, the 2 years. Right, and normally we'll keep a system beyond 2 years. So what about an extended as well?
Yes, sir. If we extend that, then they cover everything as well. And that's a pretty good deal considering the drum. Hardly anyone puts a warranty on the drum. So if we go beyond the 2 years, if we elect to extend, it's covered.
Okay. But that's going to be additional, the extended?
You're still charged for your copier. You're still charged for your copies. That's what they base it on. So your drums are a part of that. Currently, our copier is 7 years old, but it's still under the extended warranty, and you're still charged how the breakdown is on the paper, on the back page.
Okay. Right. So
That makes sense.
Right. So there's 2 years built in with the purchase. There's an automatic 2 years.
Yes,
Then
sir.
after that, what happens after the 2 years is out?
The rate for the copier might increase by whatever cents, whatever cents on black and white copies and on color copies.
Right. I guess
If
my.
that's the question that you're asking, I
No.
really can't hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think my specific question is after the 2 years, there's a 2-year automatic warranty. So after the 2 years, there's an option to now extend the warranty period? Yes or no? Or
Yes.
is it just automatic?
It's not automatic, there
Okay.
is the option to.
Okay, okay.
And I think as the clerk was indicating, they just charge you an additional percentage on
Mhm.
the
Right, I mean, I know it's based upon your usage and such,
Correct.
but that would be an additional amount. They give you 2 years, and then after that, then the cost is on us.
It
for
goes
the
up.
for the warranty.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, okay. Righty, Councilwoman Davis?
You said you had a warranty on the first one. That warranty is not transferable?
On the one that we have currently?
Right.
Your warranty
No, it's
is
it's.
over.
Oh, it's done when
It's a
it's done?
diff,
Okay.
we've had this one over 6 years, so.
We're currently paying approximately anywhere from $35 a month to $124 a month for that copier, based upon the copy use. It's not really, when we order toner or, the ink for the copier, they're still charging you based upon the number of copies you're producing, black and white. There's a meter on your copier, you send it in, it's automatic, and they bill you accordingly. When you're no longer under warranty, your color copy might go from 7 cents to 9 cents, but our production is not that high. So even though it's not under warranty and it's 7 years old, you're still charged. We might be paying anywhere from $35 to $124 at our highest color copy months. And when you see your bills and vouchers, you'll see TGI on there, and it'll show you, we do pay a monthly, but it's based upon the number of copies we produce.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And Mr. Mayor, I might add, they've been really good to work with, they're very fast, and this has been a really good machine.
Mhm. Okay.
That we're going to keep.
Ready? I was gonna ask if we're gonna trade it in, if there was any trade-in value, because if not, then
We're gonna keep it in the
we're gonna keep it as
library.
a backup, and, okay, all right. No, I was asking because then you take the brain out if you're doing that. Okay, okay. All righty, other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, so we do have a request for approval, and that was up to 14,000, was it? 14,000? Or was it 14, what was the actual amount?
We're gonna say 14,000, that would cover it, unless we can do some quick math here.
Okay. Or do we want the record to reflect up to,
Up
just to
to
make sure that we got,
14.
up to 14 or up to more than that, a little more than that?
I quoted more than that, but I was including the additional
Okay,
on the
so,
back page.
okay, we
was
check
my-
that out, then it won't exceed 14?
Yes.
Okay, alrighty. Alrighty, seeing that there's no other questions or comments, there's a request for the replacement of the main copier here at Town Hall. The request from administration is that we do purchase from the vendor listed in the agenda at a price of up to $14,000. What is your pleasure?
Mr. Mayor, so moved that we approve the request for a new printer for up to 14,000.
Copier.
Copier,
I second that.
copier and printer, sorry. A new copier and printer
And scanner.
and scanner, all in one.
Right, so Biz Hub.
Yeah.
Okay, so nice little Biz Hub. Okay, and it has been
Mini
seconded,
bar.
Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Okay. Right, so for the record, motion by Councilwoman Webb, seconded by Vice Mayor. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Councilmember Buchanan Webb?
Yes.
Councilmember Davis Quinn?
Yes.
Councilmember McConnell?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
And Mayor Alberry.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, all right, thanks so much. Our next item is item 7G, and this is a request for approval to purchase utility meter replacement parts from Mueller. Ken?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, as we talked about in our one-on-one, these are just replacement parts for our utility meters, much needed. We've kind of, up until the point that Melvin got here, and I wish he would have stuck around for this, we've been a little bit lax over the years as far as keeping additional meters and additional spare parts. So when we have a part of a meter that fails, that in essence, that meter is not going to work. So what you have in front of you is for $6,600. This covers a multitude of spare parts. Like I say, if Melvin was still here, he could speak more specific on that. But this is something that Melvin and the new utility director and our guys in the field desperately recommend that we get. The delivery time on this can be anywhere from 60 to 90 days, so it takes a while, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments for Ken?
This will be done in-house, right?
Yes, sir. Our guys can switch out the parts.
Okay. Buddy, any other questions or comments? And for the record, so that it won't be, so it won't appear that hasty decisions will be made, we do meet with the town manager in our weeklies, and so we've actually gone over this. I guess all council members have, one-on-one. So there's information that's been shared, but if there's information that we need from the public, if they have any questions or comments, we'll definitely entertain that as well. But before us is, of course, this request that we do purchase, and we've all gotten the information ahead of time. So is there any questions or comments additional?
No.
Okay, hearing none. Okay, motion please.
Mr. Mayor, so moved that we approve the request to purchase the utility meters to replace the old ones from Mueller.
Second?
The motion has been made and seconded. Any questions on the motion?
Nope.
Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Buchanan
Yes.
West. Councilmember Davis Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember McConnell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
Mayor Alberry.
Yes.
It passes unanimously.
Thank you so much.
Can you please
So
let
at this
me know who
time,
made that motion in second? I'm so sorry I missed it.
Councilwoman Webb, motion, Vice Mayor,
Thank
second.
you so much.
Okay. So at this time, we're now at item 9, and this is, I'm sorry, item 8, and this is our public comment section, so the floor is now open for public comment. We can ask, feel free to come forward, and just state your name and address for the record.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
I'm Mrs. Powell from 1608 Paxton Avenue.
Good evening.
I was checking to see if there's any updated status yet on when Paxton Avenue Street will be removing the septic tanks, because Danny Septic Service is killing me.
Oh.
$340 every other week. Every other week.
Wow.
So I was checking to see if any funds came in for Paxton yet.
Mr. Mayor, so Mrs. Powell, that's going to depend on appropriations and money available through the county housing and economic sustainability. That's going to be our best option, and they're aware of our request. The government shutdown hasn't helped anything, but and it still may not be very quick, but we're staying on them, and they're aware of our need there.
Okay.
Like for the current project that we had going on, that took a few years to finally get the state to appropriate the money. So, but we hear you, and we're on it. So.
All right.
Jeez, so sorry to hear that. Wow. Daisy.
I have a company that come out, I'll tell you, in private. And they apparently they're not cleaning you out all the way.
Yeah, I go out there and look.
Yeah, because you shouldn't have to do that every other week.
This is because of the bad drain field.
Yeah.
That's their skin. Okay. But anyway, we'll talk off.
Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. I wish there was something we could do.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is quite a bit.
You're welcome to.
Okay.
That's right.
I'll get with you, Mrs. Powell. I'm going to pursue
Okay.
that a little bit further.
That's right.
Okay, well, thanks, I appreciate it. Thanks, Ken. All right, so Ken is going to speak with you offline, Ms. Powell. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All righty. Floor is still open for public comment. If there's any other comment from the public. Okay, seeing that there is none, we'll close the floor. We're now to our reports. Ken?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, I'm going to beg your indulgence a little bit. I have several items to go through, but I'll try to be brief. Again, thanks everyone for the one-on-ones. I think they've been very helpful. I know it is for me, and I appreciate your time on that. The reason that we pulled from the agenda tonight, the vehicle purchase, we're still gathering information on that. I'm still talking with staff, and I'm just trying to ensure that everyone is positive. We're all on the same page as to what our needs are for that vehicle. I would anticipate that information being ready for you on our next meeting, which is the 16th. Next item, And I know this is not a conversation or an item that's going to be pleasant to hear, but I need to put this in front of you. We need to, as a staff, beg your indulgence on allowing me to postpone our gala, which is scheduled for this Saturday, until Saturday, January 16th. We're just not getting a good response from that. Several factors included. In hindsight, we probably did schedule this a little bit too close to Thanksgiving, and I take the blame on that. Our staff is laboring with everything to do with Christmas, the toy drive, the luncheons, everything. We've been in contact from some of our normal people that come to the galas. We've had among that group, we've had a couple of deaths, a couple of surgeries, travel, and some conflicting galas, I might add. So we're going to beg your indulgence there to postpone this until the 16th of January. We'll make that a New Year's MLK gala, and I think you'll be proud of what we can accomplish there. Our desire is to do this during the Christmas holidays. Just does not look like we're going to get the turnout that we hope for.
Mm-hmm.
So I would ask your indulgence and forgiveness on that.
Certainly. And just before you continue, let the record reflect that Councilwoman Davis has left the dais. Feel free to go if there's anything else, Ken. Okay. Anything else?
Did anyone want to comment on this?
That's ultimately within the purview of the administration. Yes.
Now, were you giving us an option on dates, or is that what you wanted to get us?
We would like kind of a blessing, if you will, or consensus on January 16th, which is a Saturday. That is the MLK weekend, so we would do it in honor of that, and also throw in a little New Year's as well. No champagne, but...
Okay, so that will kind of combine our MLK celebration with the gala concept.
Correct, and it would take the place of the breakfast that we normally do.
Right, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah, take its place of it. Okay, that's fine. That works for the staff, it's important.
I apologize, that is the 17th. The 16th is a Friday, so.
Okay.
All right, moving on. As Mitty indicated, the Tri-Cities Barbecue is Friday the 12th at 12 noon. We do have a deadline of the 8th to determine who's going to go, so if you will, let me or Sherry know. On the 12th, it is in Belle Glade, so we would need to leave Town Hall by van by 10:30, just to be on the safe side. And again, we need your RSVP by December 8th. Palm Beach County Days in Tallahassee, that will be January 13th through 15th. That's the normal Tuesday morning departure from Town Hall and back by Thursday afternoon. Again, that's January 13th through 15th. Let us know as soon as you can. It would be great to have 100% participation, but just let us know if you can go or not, because we do need to make those arrangements. I think did we do the registration already? We were looking at something. I know we started looking at it and looking at just a reminder about the Mayor's Luncheon on Monday, December 15th at 12 noon here at Town Hall. Just for a reminder, this is for Town Council, town employees, and our consultant team and their associates. It's not an open to the public event, but it's well done, and it's a way the mayor and his family thank the staff and our consultant team. The annual toy giveaway is Sunday, December 21st, here at Town Hall from 12 noon until 2 p.m. We're getting a really good response so far, and we know that'll be a big event. It always is. Two last items, Mr. Mayor, just for everyone's information, and some of you are probably aware already because we did send out a text and also made some calls today. We did have a glitch in our billing yesterday. Yesterday we read meters, and we did have a glitch, and we caught it. We caught it today, but it was after the bills had gone out. So what we did as a staff today, we made several phone calls. We sent out the community text. We posted on our website. We're going to have to correct these bills and send back out. So what was happening, some of the bills were indicating, you may remember, this is the month that we have the new structure in place for our bills. And for whatever reason, the software didn't read it correctly, so the base rate for water, that was the only thing that was put in the water, not the consumption. And that looks like it was across the board, and definitely for residential, all residential accounts, but also it looks like for every category that we have. We apologize, but we did catch the error, and that will be going back out tomorrow, starting tomorrow. We'll get the residentials out tomorrow, and by the end of the week, all the commercial, multifamily, and industrial bills will go back out. And we did start contacting every account today. So we're doing that by phone, and we apologize, but we did catch it, and we're trying to rectify that. Last thing is, in your packet tonight, you did see a couple of quotes for the new sound system. Even though that wasn't on the agenda tonight, what I would encourage council to do is to take those quotes, look at it, evaluate it, ask questions. Sherry and our IT consultant, Mr. Cato, have been heading that up, so you can feel free to ask Sherry any questions, or certainly do that through me. And as Sherry and I sit here and struggle to hear conversations going on, the new sound system is totally necessary. And I think what we've tried to emphasize to both companies that have quoted is anything that we can still use, let's keep that. But let's add some stuff as far as the live streaming. We're going to have additional speakers back behind town council, and we'll evaluate everything. So just encourage you to take a look at that. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have on any topic, but that's a report. Sorry it was so lengthy.
Okay, well, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Any questions for the town manager? If not, then PBSO.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Good evening.
And Vice Mayor, members of the Town Council, and all of you in your respective places. Good evening. Tonight, I want to introduce a not-so-new executive officer here at District 2, Sergeant Longinos. He comes to us from District 3, very well rounded individual. I think that he will definitely be an asset here. He has come here and hit the ground running in my absence, so I appreciate the effort that he's made thus far, and I'm looking for much more good things to come. If you want to say a few words.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Great opportunity for me. A learning environment, which is great. Just thank you.
Absolutely. And again, welcome. Appreciate having you.
And just to throw in a little plug, I used to work with his dad. So,
wow.
So that kind of tells you how long I've been in this business.
Explains the gray, huh?
So it's time to retire. The District 2 Holiday Action Plan is in effect, and so what that means is that you'll see some enhanced patrols in light of the holidays. You know that we get a little busier, and in a little bit school will be out, and so there'll be more people on the street, more opportunities for mayhem. So we will be out and about in marked and unmarked patrols, And if you got a lead foot, please, for the sake of humanity and your wallet, slow down. Okay, and so that being said, we are prepared for what comes this holiday season. So, are there any questions, issues, concerns at this point?
Okay. So we'll start here at the dais. Excuse me. Apologies if there's any questions or comments. Here on the dais, and then we'll go to the floor if there's nothing here. Okay, then.
My only concern is I've mentioned several times of these people who love to fire their firearms during the holidays. And it's hard to tell if it's an attack on someone or if it's just
You're just celebrating.
a celebration. So is there any way of tracking down these shots fired by the town of Mango Department?
Well, I'm not aware of any occurring within the town. And you do know that around New Year's and 4th of July and those types of holidays, unfortunately, you are going to have folks that, despite repeated warnings, that will go, and if we can pinpoint, we will address them. And it is illegal to fire your pistol in the air or your rifle in the air. What goes up has to come down. And 1 year we actually had a round that came from the city of West Palm Beach that struck one of our patrol cars. So would have loved to have been able to pinpoint who fired that round. So but we will be out in number, and hopefully numbers can deter it. So much technology is developing to better address it, but in light of the holidays, though, is probably going to be an issue. Hopefully not so much here in this district.
I know, I think it was Sunday or Monday, I heard someone shooting. It sounded like they were driving along Australia in mid-afternoon. Boom, 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 because the sound traveled. But, I know there's no way to.
Right. And it's especially during the night, sound does travel, and it can sound close when it can actually be far away. Again, I don't see anything on my blotter. I haven't been advised of any shootings within the town of Mangonia Park. But again, we'll be out in numbers, and we'll do what we can. Hopefully they'll prevent something before it happens. And at this time, I'd like to take a moment, if I can, to recognize, and I know she's going to be mad at me for doing it, but the town clerk for really looking out and serving a hot meal for the deputies who were working here on Thanksgiving. And we really appreciate our town, our administration, our council, our citizens, and it is you folks that make it a pleasure to come to work every day. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We certainly appreciate it. Okay. Fine, thanks so much. We appreciate all you guys do out there. Thanks so much. This is for PBSO? For PBSO? Oh, yes, if you have a question.
Okay. Thanks for opening the floor. I don't know if I ever thank you. There was a case where I got a phone call in Kansas, me and my wife, and my son called me, Mom, blah, blah, blah. I need to look at the Ring camera. Basically, someone went in my son's car, and my son has the license to carry. That weapon left the car. But I want to thank, if I didn't thank PBSO, because you solved it quicker than I thought you would solve it. You actually made an arrest. Weapon was found, thank God it didn't go somewhere that it didn't need to go. I didn't thank you, but, so I apologize, because that's a little while back. So I'm thanking you now publicly for jumping on that. And I've already thanked Colonel Owen, because I was on the phone with him a lot too, because I was out of town. But I want to publicly thank you for solving that case and getting that weapon off the street and back into the hands. So
We appreciate it.
good job.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
support.
Appreciate it. Oh, thanks. I certainly appreciate it. Okay, yeah, I have a question for PBOC as well. Just, you can come forward and state your name.
I live on Jeffrey Ave, and it goes into Sherwood.
Mhm.
I'm up early in the morning, and when I'm coming through, I'm noticing on the far end, the cars they're not working together. And I have a trailer, and trying to back a trailer back up at that time of the morning, I really wanna start laying on the horn, since they wanna just be in the way, like they don't understand, you know, one, I can't get through early in the morning, at like 3, 4 in the morning. And I don't understand what's going on down there on that end of the street. It's on Sherwood, early in the morning. But they just park in kind of on both sides, not some of the time.
So the road is blocked, you're
It's
saying?
blocked.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Okay, if you could do a favor, if you could get with the sergeant and, give us a little bit more details.
Okay.
And we'll, send a patrol out there and see if we
Yeah,
can.
'cause I know the main house is the house before the corner house, on the right-hand side.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a rooming house or what, but it has been really crazy.
Okay. All right. We'll be happy to, get with you, offline and, discuss it and address it for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Okay. Ms. Powell had a question for PBSO as well? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Right before I came, I was rushing to get here. I received a telephone call from some department in, Walmart.
Mhm.
They wanted, approval from me for a PlayStation and some things for over $900 that I know nothing about. I told them, no, please don't. They said they knew my name, my address, my telephone number. She didn't say the person knew my social security or anything like that. But they went, even had a card. They have a card from Walmart with my name on it. And one of the banks, they have a bank card with my name on it.
Let me just take the opportunity to say this, especially during this time of year, and with Cyber Monday and all that stuff. Scams are on the rise, and if you get a phone call about something that you never purchased, that's a clue. And hang up and if someone is asking you for money, no one from the sheriff's office, from the police department is going to call you and ask you for money. Your bank shouldn't be calling you to ask you to confirm an account or anything like that. And if you think that you have a legitimate person or a legitimate business calling, hang up and call the business itself.
Yeah, I have
Call
their
the
telephone
business
number.
itself. Okay, if you want to give that to us, we'll
I will.
try to look into that. But please, you know, if someone is calling you and about something that you know you didn't purchase, it's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah, I told her, no, please don't. I'm 75 years old and I do not need a PlayStation.
I understand. So, any other questions, comments, or concerns?
Okay, thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and you guys be safe out there. We appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
Alrighty. Alrighty, so we'll go to our attorney.
Impossible crew to follow, no report, Mayor, thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, we're back at the dais, and Councilwoman Webb.
I submitted, no, I don't. Sorry.
Okay, Councilman McConnell.
They broke my heart.
No, I don't have it.
Okay,
Call the
Vice-
paramedics.
Okay. Vice Mayor?
I'm glad to know that we have a movement of the gala Glad to know ahead of time. Because I was still planning for the gala, but now that I know it's moved to January 17, we're gonna have a different title. It won't be called gala, but it'll be important. An important gathering, so looking forward to it.
Anything else? Okay, so with that, and I'll just add this, we may want to just consider moving it all together. It's just too much in December. It's all things considered. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so with that, if there's no other business to good of the order, with that, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, McConnell actually got it out, so McConnell, a second?
I second it.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Webb, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, both same sign. It is carried. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great evening.
See you on the 15th for the mayor's luncheon.
Yes.
Committee.
And we have a meeting.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
We have a meeting on the 16th.
On the 16th? Okay, alrighty, and a meeting on the 16th as well.
You're looking right.
Oh, we're still gonna have it.
Actually, we'll make that. We're gonna give you all your money back.